Alright. This it. So, here we are, FF7 Remake. Well, let me get my... There we go. Thought the touchscreen had more to it than this, but I guess not. Hey everybody! Welcome back to an episode of Final Fantasy VII Remake, actually. Because I forgot to tell y'all, patch 5.2 of FF14 came out in February. And then 5.3 didn't come out till August, right? Because the pandemic closed things down. But FF7 Remake launched in between that time in April of 2020. And so since we're doing everything in chronological order, by, the mainline series of Final Fantasy games as they release, we're doing this. So yeah. Doing FF7 Remake, gonna finish this. Then we're gonna do, we're gonna go to 5.3. Yeah, I was gonna start, let's see. Oh, they added normal classic for the PS5 version now? Instead of just easy classic, for those who want to play classic on normal. Instead of, going easy. And alright, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you guys. I'm just kidding. I know what some of y'all are thinking. You bastard! Don't worry, don't worry. Some of y'all are probably shocked, like, what? But no, I'm dicking around. No, I'm not including this. Only because, like I said, I didn't really... I'm trying to stick to the mainline series, but also, this counts, I guess. But it's a remake. And I kind of just wanted to focus on one version of each game in the mainline series. So, if you notice, when I played Final Fantasy 1 through 6, I didn't play any, or didn't watch YouTube videos of the remasters. I searched up the originals, the original NES versions. The hell is this? Whatever. But yeah, so I'm just dicking around. I'm not actually, Hold on. We're not actually doing... We're going to FF14, don't worry. I was like, I wonder how many people are going to get jebaited when they see this and just going to people leave before they even finish watching me say it was just a joke. They're going to suffer, emotional damage. But you know what? It's all good. That prelude music though, huh? Still good, I know. Alright, let's go. The debates. But yeah, for the most part, the only reason I'm not including FF7 Remake is because of that. Because I just wanted to have one version of each game. Now yeah, because of the story and everything... Not yet! We're still in Shadowbringers. You bastard! But yeah, because of the story and everything, some people might consider FF7 Remake a sequel now. And that's still, it's starting to look that way, and it's still kind of up in the air, especially now that FF7 Rebirth has been announced and everything. But yeah, it's still up in the air, and so I just kind of decided to go with, this is a gray area, I need to make a choice. And I made the choice of deciding it falls in the category of remake for now. Just a remake. I think even if it does have new story elements, I think the FF7 Remake trilogy, which is now confirmed it's a trilogy, I'll still consider it a remake. So, and like I said, I just want to have one version of each game. And we already played OG FF7 way back in October, so... I think it was November by that point, but yeah. So yeah, not doing FF7 Remake. But that is the game that would come between patch 5.2 and 5.3 of Shadowbringers, though. Chronologically. It launched in April of 2020. So... Anyway, let's get back into this. Enough jibber jabber. I like how it was just a few days before they announced it. I didn't even know. I forgot. Well, actually, I hadn't even found out yet the news that Square Enix was going to have a little, their own little game show conference type thing right after Capcom did theirs, where they announced, Resident Evil 4 Remake and all that. Maybe it was, a few weeks before that? When I was like, dude, I was like, I don't know what triggered it. We were playing 14. Something triggered it, where I was just like, FF7 Remake, if it turns out to be more than, 2 or 3 parts, it's not gonna get finished before the end of the world because of, the world's falling apart right now and all that shit. I was acting all doom and gloom about it, and then now they're like, oh, it's just gonna be a trilogy, so it's all good. And I was like, yay! And then you go back on, you go look at the news and you're like, well, that still might not be quick enough. No shit. The news is depressing. But yeah. I just like that happened though. I went on that whole tirade of, dude, if this project takes too long, if it's like 4 or 5 parts, it's not even gonna be finished in this decade. We'll have bigger problems to worry about by the time the last one's gonna come out. But no. I mean, that might still be true, but I'm just glad to know that it's just gonna be 3 parts now, and we're already getting the second part by the by winter of next year, which means probably January, February of 2024. But if there's a delay, as there usually always is, it's probably gonna be like more like a spring. It's gonna be like April of 2024. Hopefully there won't be a delay though, because it obviously shouldn't and won't take too long to develop the next 2 titles, especially now that the second one's about to be finished. Since they're just building off the same game engine and everything, that the foundation that they already built with the first FF7 remake. It's just like making an expansion for this game. You're working with the same game engine, physics engine, everything. The foundation's already there. You just have to add content. So, essentially, I think the time between FF7 Remake Part 2, which Rebirth, as is now titled, and Part 3, whatever it's going to be titled, will probably be shorter of a wait than between the first 2 parts, honestly. I really do think so. Alright, so now we're starting 5.3 MSQ. This is August 2020. There's no toilet paper in the real world. Here, I think they're fine. And we got this quest called In the Name of the Light. Ah, Master Starcrest. Will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care if so. Though they say the star shower was harmless, one can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the Warrior of Darkness how to look after himself. Old habits, you understand. Don't worry about it, buddy. You alright? Oh, Leon! How very opportune! What's up, Morin? Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare? Sure, what's up, dude? Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to thank you, you see, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tale set the record straight. Finally, the people see them as the great heroes they were. Thanks, man. Or, you're welcome, buddy. Or the great hero he is, in the case of Ardbert. You two were surprised to see him, I think? Yeah. Not really him, but you don't know that. I can't say anything. At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effect his words had on those around me. And then the stars rained down from the sky, and... well, you know the rest. When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude. And so here I am. Thank you, Leon, for giving voice to the truth and restoring the Warriors of Light to their rightful place in history. Should you perhaps wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I would be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only say the word. Well, now you mention it. Let me think for a second. You know these flashbacks are because of the 6-month wait period. Like, seriously, this has never happened at the beginning of a patch ever. Like, because usually patches were like 3 months apart, right? But because the pandemic hit and there was 6 months with no content updates whatsoever, you know that's why they're doing this right now. They're trying to remind you of everything that happened way back in February. Because it's like August, almost September now. I don't know which one to ask. I'm more curious about this. Very well. Tell me what the situation is like in the city. What's going on? The situation in the city? Do you mean the people's awakening as warriors of light? Well, while questions remain about the circumstances surrounding Ardbert's return, history tells us that what took place may not be entirely unprecedented. Ah, but to understand that requires an understanding of Warriors of Light in a broader, Rantic context, whatever the hell that means. If it please you, I should be glad to provide an overview. I flatter myself that it may grant you a better grasp of that which is occurring not only in the Crystarium, but the world at large. Alright, sure. Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant text. Pray join me at your earliest convenience. Sure thing, buddy. I just gotta make a quick pit stop somewhere else first, but yeah. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. I guess not, yeah. Do not let me keep you, sir. I bid you a pleasant day. Such a graceful bow the Elizons get, right? Can I go to my room now? The Warrior of Darkness returns! Will your most esteemed of guests be making use of his quarters? Yes. Okay, you're blocked out of your room until you accept that. Then I gotta make a quick pit stop somewhere else first. I don't know why I came in here. I think I just was like wanting to use the glamour dresser for something, and then it's like I didn't even need to come up here for that. But regardless, before I go meet with Morin, while he goes to find the books that he's gonna tell me about later, we have to make a pit stop somewhere else. After the end of 5.2, Echoes of a Fallen Star, they said there was a new Eden quest. So let's go check in on Reen and Gaia and Tancred and Urianger. Holy shit, that's fast. What's up, Yalfort? How you been? Worlds apart. Yalfort is a bearer of tidings of some description. Good news! Or at least, it has the potential to be good news. I've received word from Master Urianger. Unfortunately, the message was rather thin on details. He only requested that you return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for important meetings, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. Sure. I'm always looking for excuses to get drunk. Not really. No, not really, but, it's still, you know. Funny to think about the fact that I almost had tea with Reen and Gaia, and then got tucked out of that. And then again, when I decided to come get some booze... Oh, why am I taking the long way here? I wanted to get some booze, and I ended up talking to Silva, or she's now known as Biella, about the Warriors of Light from before, and I just can't seem to get that drink. I guess I finally got one with Giat when she came up to my room, but that was pretty much it, I guess. How you doing, Ciela? Welcome to the Wandering... Oh, Leon. Have you given any thought to Ardbert's resurrection? Part of me wishes to believe it is him, that fate has seen fit to return him to the living, but you and I both know it could never be so simple. Oh. Wait, could you ask this before? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, okay. The first line I recognized it. I was like, we have asked this. How far have you of late? Still tending the bar, cleaning up after drunkards and Gwynard. This is the punishment you had in mind. I struggle to fathom my harsher fate. Okay, same thing. So nothing else has changed, just what she says at the beginning. Gwynard, how are you? Apologies again for bringing a guest to your quarters so late. Don't worry about it. Well, I probably don't have to tell you that saying no wasn't an option. You're a stubborn lot. Hunters who face down to virtues, that is. It's a needful quality, especially at times like this. You're lucky to have friends that share in it. Yeah. Speaking of stubborn friends. Where are my homies at? Pray accept mine apologies for calling thee hither at such short notice. The matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. Is that why the weather changed? If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Reen's been telling me about? I see Gaia is still her usual sassy self. Excuse me. These are words best delivered in person. What the hell's going on? You got me worried now, too. Mind you, this was available after 5.2, but you're not required to have 5.3 as far as I know. Did something happen to the empty? Because they said you just had to complete Echoes of a Fallen Star. But maybe, that is the end of 5.2, this could be a 5.3 thing. Did something happen to the empty? Not that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and the propagation of flora continues apace. Okay. So what's this about then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the Source. However, unlike Leon, Tancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remaineth on the Source, though the thread that binds us to them doth grow weaker with the passage of time. And if you stay here too long, you might never be able to return. Well, she's quick to catch where he's going with this, I guess. Precisely. Now, with the wheels of change and the empty set in motion, we believe this is a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. That is kind of sad. Once again, not living to... Well, not that they're dying, but, you know, not getting to see the fruits of their labor. That hardly seems worth losing your bodies over, though. If you have to go back to your own world, who are we to stop you? I always knew this day would come. I just... kind of wish it wouldn't, right? I know that feeling. You kept hoping it was just farther off, and it would never come. Secretly hoping it never would, but knowing deep down that it would. You'll still have Gaia and Leon. I'm not going anywhere, that's true. I mean, I can come back and forth whenever I want, so... I know that you'll see this through to the end. Together. We will. I may not be half the woman Minfilia was, but I have friends I can turn to. There you go. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times. I like how she just smiles. Or prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking. Me, yeah. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, I gotta go with this one, I'm sorry. Just promise you won't transform into a crazy ice lady and try to kill me. Again. Booba Shiva. Though I can't say what the future might bring, no doubt Reen and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Yeah, I'll be there for them, Tancred, don't worry. I can always relay messages between them and you. I can be their, you know, intermediary, a messenger boy. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the fairy are yet to be solved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers that thou seekest or nay, lend not thine ears to its honeyed words. For thy will is thine own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand. Yet know that, no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. This is a happy little goodbye. With Urianger and Tancred set to leave the first, it seems wise to share this development with Yalfurt, who will continue to oversee expeditions in the empty. Alright, guess we're going back there to tell him. That was a nice little meeting. Also, I thought the weather changed because of the cutscene, but I think the weather literally just happened to change in the blink of an eye as I got here and started it. Because look, it's still like that. It was like pure daylight when I first warped in here, and as soon as I got over here to start the cutscene, I guess it changed to fucking lightning weather. It's like, Jesus. Clear as day over here, though. You're back sooner than expected. Is everything alright? Yeah, I got some news though. Urianger and Tancred ain't gonna be coming around no more. Oh dear, that's rather unfortunate. I dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck, wherever their work may take them. I'll pass that along to them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, and make the necessary provisions should any further forays into the empty be required. Safe travels, Master Leon. You too, buddy, even though I know you're just staying here. Hey! You get the Blue Field Orchestrion roll. The Blue Fields is the Final Fantasy VIII world map music. Composed by Nobuo Uematsu, but remastered by Masayoshi Soken. And I must say he did a brilliant job. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, right. I forgot I got that from the dungeon. Also, I have some shit to sell. Just sit the mender around. Damn! Fuck it! I'll do it back at the Crystarium. I'm out! The lady. That's also just. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, that's a gemstone trade. God damn it. Where's the. Alright, I have to go this way. Well, I'm heading over here. Sell this shit. There we go. Again, I don't need this, so let me just sell them off right now. I don't need this. I think that's one of Wesker's lines when he what is it? Is it these? No. Wait, what is that? What did I just get? There it is. Augmented Crystarium choker funding. There was no earring though. Lurker. Oh, there it is. Crystarium, yeah. Actually, I can trade these for... It's not gonna matter. You know what? Fuck it, I'll deal with it later. Like, that's not gonna matter anymore on this character anyway, once I finish the post-game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm wasting time. Let's get the fuck out of here. The hell? Alex, what are you doing over here? It worries me at times how easily the people accept the momentous and the horrific. But perhaps anyone who has spent their life looking up to find a reminder that the world is on the brink of destruction would be the same. And the resilience is a good thing. It gives me hope when I look at Halric and the others. Okay. That was random as shit. I don't know what she's standing over here for, but... Cool. Good talk, Alize. It just feels like she's standing in a very random spot. I don't know if you can find the other signs like that. Alright, so Thancred and Ryanja officially said their goodbyes to Reen and Gaia. For now, I suppose. Ah, Leon, excellent timing. I have but this moment finished gathering the materials for our lesson. As a great many works make reference to the Warriors of Light, I shall, with your permission, focus only upon the details that seem most relevant. Okay. Hold on. I feel like I overlooked something. No, just... Full video just to be safe. I'll check it in a minute. The Warriors of Light, you say? Forgive us, but we couldn't help overhearing. We've been out keeping watch over the Crystarium, but it appears to be business as usual. So I thought I'd spend some time brushing up my knowledge of familiars, and Alfino volunteered to help. Oh, and Reen's here too. I actually came on a different errand, but I'd be interested in hearing about the Warriors of Light as well. May I join you? Sure. Of course, of course. The more the merrier. If you would care to find the table below, I shall be down with the books in a moment. The books. It's a pile of useless books. That's a very niche reference that very few people watching this are gonna get. Literally an indie horror game that I saw on Twitch like the other day, that's it. Were one to pore over the annals of Vantric history, one would note the comparatively frequent recurrence of individuals hailed as warriors of light. Ardbert and his comrades require no introduction, but many others bore the epithet long before them. To name but a few, there was Tolthwill, that's how you say it, legendary first king of Lakeland, Rodfert and Sollard, the fabled Drawn and Galgant duo of Vobert. Drawn and Galgant. I know Galgant are the Rogadin, right? But what's Drawn? Is that the Auras? And no list of Rontic heroes would be complete without the Archmage Tiuna of Ronka. Oh! But Yustola she was here for this. In older texts, she too was called a Warrior of Light. Yeah, we saw a mural of her. It did surprise me how ready people were to forget the negative associations of the title. But it makes sense if it's been around for centuries. Verily, in ages past it was simply a synonym for hero. I was about to say synonymous. In the wake of the flood, however, light came to be regarded with fear, the title used not to exalt but to revile. Well, of course, it's only natural. A far cry from its beginnings. And then darkness became worshipped, which used to be considered and associated with evil. It's really just chaos, though. Light is stasis, and darkness being its antithesis is chaos. That makes sense. Oh look, it's artwork of the Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy I. None of the sprites in that old FF1 game look like this, but what's his name's artwork? I forgot the name of the artist. The one who did all the title screen logo art for like every Final Fantasy game almost ever. At least the mainline franchise. That's his artwork, yeah, the Warrior of Light. Even though there's no job class in FF1 that makes you look like that. This, my friends, is Norvrant's oldest epic, the original tale of the struggle between good and evil. In a time when all lay shrouded in darkness, a prophesized hero... Is that a typo, or is he saying prophesied? I think it's actually a prophesied hero, maybe. Rose to deliver the world from its doom. Fighting in the name of the light, the hero styled himself its foot soldier, and thus did he come to be known as the Warrior of Light. Because you get to name your characters in FF1, that's also why he's called the Warrior of Light, and that's it, in Dissidia. And he does look like this in Dissidia, I think. Curiously, in the century that followed, other heroes appeared who claimed the selfsame epithet, despite sharing no discernible connection with their predecessors. And in time, Warrior of Light came to be a name accorded to all men and women of uncommon skill and valor. Like me, basically. Well, well. The plot thickens. As you know, the title of Warrior of Light is also used in the source. Though the manners in which individuals have earned it are many and varied, heroes have been honored thus since antiquity. Nor does the custom show any sign of dying out, as you can well attest. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It surely can't be a coincidence. Indeed not. Let us imagine a man who has awakened to the echo and is able to hear Heidelman's voice. As she styles him, so too does he style himself a Warrior of Light. Yeah, it's kind of how I started. Of course, being blessed with the echo does not in and of itself make one a hero. And conversely, there will have been no few heroes who were not blessed with it. Very true. But such distinctions are immaterial to the masses, and over time they came to use the title Warrior of Light and the word hero interchangeably. Sounds about right. It would be interesting to see if the theory holds true in the other worlds. If crossing the rift were that easy. I know, there's still 6 other worlds just like this one that we have no idea what the hell's going on there. Only the Asians can do that. Travel freely between them. You can be all pet. Oh, and there I was thinking I was special. Shucks. No. I like this answer. What's her name? It doesn't change anything. But Heidelin did call me that, and that is interesting. Why did she use that title on me? If it's one that supposedly people just kind of came up with on their own. I am curious about that. Heidelin did call me a warrior of light. She did? I've never heard her voice myself. But I can feel her presence. Perhaps through Minfilia. Yeah, probably indirectly, yeah. I can see that. At any rate, assuming all of this is true, and there's a common thread behind the epithet, I doubt the Asians will have been amused. Yeah. To have the world at large associate light, and by extension Heidelin, with good, must have added insult to injury. Yeah, since Heidelin basically ended Zodiark's whole career, the god that they worship. And in their eyes was the one who destroyed the world, basically, sundered it, because she did. If what they say is true, and what we found evidence of. She broke the world into 13 parts. Well, 14 if you include the source. The biggest chunk, basically. That means it could have been broken down smaller, and then we would have had a bunch of parts that were all equal in size, but that didn't happen. While this discussion is undeniably fascinating, I wonder, should I be privy to it? Mayhap it would be better if I excuse myself? He's feeling awkward. Oh, no need for that, my friend. Pray accept our apologies. Your lesson on the Warriors of Light has given us much to ponder. That's not a bad thing, you can stay. You're cool. Ooh! Did someone say Warriors of Light? Ah! Did a bunch of books just fall over? What the fuck was that? Oh my god! It's a little baby cat girl! Oh my god! Ricky Teo, are you alright? Oh, my precious tomes. Did I not say you must take care in the cabinets? Oh my god, who is it? Everything, she's so cute! You too, Errol? That's how you say their names. We're sorry, Master Morin. It is interesting, though. I wanted to say... I'm gonna forget this if we keep going. It is interesting how they chose to make 14, if you include the source. 14 versions of our world, right? The source and its 13 reflections. The same number as the damn game, Final Fantasy 14. I don't think... That's obviously on purpose. Obviously intentional. But, you know, it's kind of cool how they use it as a story plot element. Aren't you... My reputation precedes me. The Warrior of Darkness? Oh my god, that is adorable. I know we saw one in Revenant's Toll one time, but this one's way cuter. My name's Ricky Teo, and I want to help everyone. Wait, oh my god, I can't! She's too adorable! Please, tell me what I have to do to be a hero, to be a warrior of light! This is adorable. I'm keeping this. I'm gonna use this as a meme picture. Well, maybe I should... There we go. Take one without text is what I was about to say. I can put that image up on stream after I pass it over to my PC and use it for shit. Like puppy eyes. Except this is little tiny cat girl eyes, I guess. It's a cat... No, it's a kitten girl. We can say that instead of cat girl. Or cat boy. A kitten boy. A kitten girl. That really doesn't work. Why don't we just say a mini Mikote? Setting aside our misgivings, it would seem churlish to discourage the young lady. Let's hear what she has to say. Yeah. No harm done. For the children, at least. Oh, just in case the picture didn't come out right. Wait, now we can see. Yes, that works. I'll send that picture to anyone whenever I need to beg a favor. Please put that in the text and then send them that picture. They won't be able to say no. Even children want to become warriors of light. Well, yeah, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon after Elidipus and, you know, did his thing. The children's inquisitiveness is to be commended, but... Ah, my precious tomes. He's so worried about his books. We're sorry we knocked over the books. Do you remember me? Kinda. You do seem familiar. When you returned from the sea with the Exarch, I asked you how you became so strong. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I remember you. I can't resist it. You gently pat Ricky Tio. I gotta sneak in a hug too. Sorry, it's too cute. So, I want to be a warrior of light, but not one that fights with a sword and all that. No, I want to be the kind that fights with potions and heals people. An apothecary. That's a valid job class. FF Tactics, Chemist. And I'm gonna help everyone in the Crystarium. No, in all of Norvent. When I told Arkel and Urwil this, they said that the cabinet should have lots of tomes about potions. But this place is so big and we don't have the faintest idea where to begin searching. At this rate, I'm not gonna get anywhere. Aww. If one knew where to look, one should indeed be able to find treatises on potions here. Even so, I fear they may prove a little difficult for one so young. But, Esteemed warriors of darkness, perhaps you might accompany young Rikitio to Spaggers? Rather than through tomes, I believe she stands to learn more by observing the Chirurgeons at their work. Honestly, yeah. That's a much better learning mechanism for kids especially. But even for certain adults like me, I can't read a book. Within 2 pages or less, my ADD or ADHD, whatever it is, will just kick in and I'll be thinking about something else when my eyes keep doing this on every line. I can't. Like, audiobooks are a godsend, because it's the only way I'll ever be able to read long books like that. It's through an audiobook. I just can't. Sounds like a plan. It seems we've finished here, so we'll come with you. Oh my god, you can be a total asshole. No, I'll do this. Last one to Spagrix is a rotten egg. Ha! I'll have you know I'm really fast. You're gonna be the rotten egg. And there she goes. You alright, Lauren? I shall remain here and tidy up. I hope that today's lesson will be of some use to you. I think so. I think I had the same reaction my first time through. I'll have to look back at my old YouTube videos, but I'm pretty sure I had a very similar reaction when I saw this little kitten girl, I guess. I mean, when you see a little kitten, you can't help but, you know, be overwhelmed by its cuteness. Look at her. And yeah, last time I didn't give her a hug, but I always get the urge to hug cute things, you know? Who doesn't want to hug a baby kitten? They're so cute. They're like little fur balls. I'm talking about actual kittens. But in her case, yeah. A humanoid kitten. Same thing though. Super cute. It appears there aren't so many patients at the moment. I only pray that such peaceful days continue. Chesamil's medicines work really well. I just wish they didn't taste so bad. Yeah, medicine does suck ass. After you finished helping Riki, can you help us become warriors of light too? One at a time, take a number. A warrior who fights with potions. It's certainly innovative. I prefer a blade myself, but to each her own. Yeah. See how her eyes shine, my friend? We have made her day. Oh yeah. Ascian machination or no, it wouldn't do to dash the dreams of one so young. The Exarch would feel the same, I believe. I think so too. Right, I'm here! What do I do? What do I do? She's so eager, it's adorable. This is the cutest thing ever. Especially after 6 months with no content updates and no toilet paper. Well now, to what do I owe the pleasure of so many bright-eyed visitors? I know what that sounds like as I said that out loud. Yeah, you don't want to end up with no toilet paper, it's all bad. That's all bad. Luckily, we didn't have that problem. Barely. We somehow managed to get some, in between the droughts of toilet paper. Is that the way of it, sweetie? You wish to learn more about medicine? Or you wish to learn about medicine? That's right! I want to become a warrior of light who uses potions to help people all over the world. She's too cute, I can't help it. Well, that is a very noble endeavor, and you aren't alone in it. No few at our infirmary yearn to venture forth as warriors of light. But ultimately, they have all decided not to pursue that dream. Huh? Why? Because the people here need them too, sweetie. The guards who place themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, the artisans who toil tirelessly that we might sustain our way of life, and younglings like you who are the future of the Crystarium. They couldn't simply abandon them, you see? And so, difficult though it was, they made the decision to remain. Then, does this mean my dream isn't any good? Oh my god. Oh, sweetie, yours is a wonderful dream, and it would be my pleasure to help you to pursue it. If we all work hard, the day will come when our Chirurgeons may set forth to aid folk in every corner of the realm. As we strive towards that day, I hope that we can rely upon you as well. But I must warn you, ours is not an easy path. No, you must work very, very hard. Look at your ears! I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll become the best apothecary ever, just you watch. That's the spirit. Without further ado, then may I entrust you with a task? I have placed an order at Sweetsev for a potion ingredient, and I would like you to go and collect it. Ooh, an ingredient! Leave it to me, miss! There she goes. My, such an abundance of energy. But I can't help wonder if she'll be alright by herself. Excuse me, one of us can go with her. Excuse me again. My apologies, but would you mind accompanying her? When you arrive at Sweetsev, speak with a woman named Gracie, and she will point you in the right direction. Sure. Leave it to me. I shall join you. As the one who suggested this course to Rikitio, I would assist in her first steps. Right on, dude. Fucking ran off. And what about the two of you? Are you coming along too? Well, we do want to become warriors of light, just not the same kind as Riki. So we'll wait for you here, warrior of darkness. When you return, please teach us how to fight. I want to learn how to fight. It's not easy and it takes time. In that case, Serene and I shall keep them company and take the opportunity to ask about their aspirations. Thank you, sweetie. I feel better knowing that you're keeping an eye on Rikitio. If it's to be had at Sweetsev, I assume the ingredient is some manner of crop. Too many grown-ups would only diminish Rikitio's sense of accomplishment. We'll stay here and talk to her friends. Well, thanks, Alize. We won't move an ilm until you return. We know you're busy, but we want to be just like you. We hope you'll teach us how. I'll do my best when I get back. That's far away. That's far enough for me to do this. Fuck it. But there is no etherite close to that shit. I literally have to go around back out this way. I I'd put it away, but why bother? It's gonna come back out again. The scythe, I mean. As soon as I teleport again. There she is. Okay. We're good now. Gracie? If it isn't the Warrior of Darkness himself! May I assume you are with Master Alfino? Yeah. Right. Lest you wonder, Chesameel's order is for grapes. Okay. As busy as we have been of late, however, I regret to say we didn't have the time to harvest them. So it was with apologies that I asked Master Alfino and his young companion to help themselves to the fruits on the vines. Perhaps you could lend them a hand? It's the undersized grapes you'll want to pick. They're too small for normal consumption, but suitable for making wine and medicine. Alright. There she is. A little cutie patootie. Are these small enough? Where'd it go? I'd do it again. Alfina? Ah, there you are. As it turns out, the ingredient still wants for harvesting, so we are going about that now. Right on. Bunches of undersized grapes. Oh, you're here too? We're picking little grapes. It's quite fun. Yeah, I got some too. Though too small for normal consumption, these grapes are suitable for making wine and medicine. I mean, if there's nothing left around, doesn't matter how small they are, it's better than no food at all, right? Wow, you've picked this many already? Amazing! Fucking cute, man. Cuteness overload, that's the word I was looking for, or the phrase I was looking for earlier. It's cuteness overload to see this little, kitten girl. I dare say we have enough between us. Shall we take them back to Chesameel? I can't wait to see what she's gonna do with them. Look at the tail. Just like the one we saw in Revenant's Toll, right? A long time ago? This tiny little bushy tail. Tell me, Riki, what made you want to become an apothecary and warrior of light? Why? Well... a while ago, I fell sick. Really sick. My body was burning up, and I felt so weak I couldn't even get out of bed. Then a traveling apothecary came and gave me a potion to drink. It was the foulest thing I'd ever tasted. But it made me get better. She was so brave, the apothecary. Or, she was so brave. The apothecary, I mean. She went around taking care of people, even when it was dangerous. And I decided I wanted to help people just like her. So I started brewing potions out of grass and giving them to my friends. Uh-oh. But I didn't really know what I was doing, or if there was anything else I could do. I thought she was gonna say they ended up sick from her just putting random plant matter in potions. Then, not long ago, a neighbor told me he was gonna become a warrior of light and go traveling the world, helping people. And I thought, that's the same as what I want to do. I see. Out of curiosity, what did your neighbor do in the end? Thaler? I haven't seen him for a bit, so he must already be out there looking for people to help. Thaler? Thaler. One of the guards awakened by the star shower. Thank you for sharing your tale with us, Rikitio. I myself took inspiration from one not unlike your traveling apothecary, and I hope her good example will spur you on to realize your dreams. But it will not be done in a day. Such lofty goals are reached through hard work and persistence, through countless little acts of heroism, like delivering the grapes to Chesameel. It all adds up in the end, yeah. Go for it, little one. There she goes. It would seem I have been laboring under a misapprehension. I had convinced myself that it was Elidibus who had sowed the desire to become warriors of light within the hearts of the people. But I see now that the impulse to aid their fellow man abided within them from the first. Elidibus did no more than give it a name. But why? That's the question. And as he so kindly proclaimed, we must return to our own world ere long. With the Exarch laboring tirelessly, I doubt not but that a way will be found. Yet I believe I speak for us all when I say I cannot leave in good conscience, not until we have dealt with Elidibus. Whether we finish dealing with him or not, you're on a time limit though. This is no longer a strange and distant land after all. Norvent has become as a home to us, and her people our own. Yeah. Let us return to Spagox. It wouldn't do to keep your admirers waiting. Right, I forgot. The other two kids. God damn, the Crystal Tower is so beautiful at night. Lights up the night sky like literally a large beacon of hope. You know, I could use money and just teleport here. It would be faster. But I'm not down that bad. I'm good. Back, y'all. Miki didn't make you drink one of her grass potions, did she? Oh, here we go. Have you guys drinking it? Huzzah, you're back! We're ready to start learning. Green. Miki Tia was beaming with pride when she returned. It may only have been a simple task, but she won't soon forget this achievement. No, she won't. Alize? After chatting with Arkil and Urwell here, we came to an agreement. But I'll let them explain the request themselves. Okay. Miki Tio has delivered her grapes, as have I. Thanks for helping with the grapes, Warrior of Darkness. In return, I promise to brew you a potion one day. I think I'm good. For now. My thanks for your kind help, sweetie. We now have all the ingredients we require. From the grapes we shall make a vinegar, to which we will add elf grass and a few other herbs to produce an invigorating syrup. Though it's unspeakably sour, it does wonders for the constitution. As part of her studies, I may just have to give Riki Tio a little taste. Hee. Oh my god. She's secretly a sadist, isn't she? She's like, I know this tastes nasty, but I want to see you drink it. When she made us drink the anti-sleeping potion or whatever. My thanks for bringing this lively little one to us. I shall do my best to make an apothecary out of her. Thanks for helping with the grapes. Oh, right. Nothing different. I think we're good. Alright. What's up, kids? What do you want? Heroic dreams. Let's try to get everybody in the shot. Warrior of Darkness! If you finish helping Riki, won't you show us some fighting? Not play fighting, but honest-to-God's fighting? We already have some enemies that you can deal with. Vampire bats. The guards say they've become a pest around the Crystarium of late. We tried to sneak outside to hunt them, but the guards caught us and sent us home. But they shouldn't mind if you were doing the fighting and we were just watching. The children told us as much while you were away, and in preparation, Chesamil kindly furnished us with some lures for the bats. While the creatures won't give you any sport, bear in mind that the younglings will be watching. That's to say, put on a good show, yes? Right, let's head outside at once. Everyone follow me. I want to see how to actually do this properly. Wait, just a... Come on then, children. She took off. I shall remain here with Riki Tio. The other children I leave in your care, my unruly sister included. She fucking took off. What? Everyone's going outside to see you fight? I want to watch too. But no, I have to study. I'll stay here and help Chesamil make the syrup. Oh, she's committed. Holy shit. Be careful out there, yes? But if you can't be careful, you can always come back here. I knew she was gonna say that. She's obsessed with her work. She's like, get injured. I want you to get injured so I have an excuse to treat you. Give me a second. Open this up. Getting it ready now, because, you know, it's gonna take a while. Give me a sec. Okay. Hey, Reen. Should be safe enough for the children here. Arkle? We've heard the tales, but at last we can see you fight with our own eyes. We've been waiting for you, Warrior of Darkness. How is it? Everyone's here. Good. Let's get started, shall we? As their name suggests, vampire bats feed on blood, and originally being nocturnal creatures, they've grown more active with the return of night and become a nuisance. To draw them out, we'll use Chesamil's lures, which work by exploiting their heat-seeking behavior. The bats are wont to nest under the eaves, so you are likely to attract more if you place the lures near buildings. I have here 6 lures, 3 each for you and me. As proof of a successful kill, I want you to gather up their fangs. Whoever collects the most is the winner. Oh, you're hunting too? Yes, well, there's nothing like friendly competition to bring out the best in Leon. Anyway, while we hunt the bats, the 2 of you are to stay with Reen. She's really strong too and will keep you safe. She's like, what? You're pinning this on me? I look at her, she's like, without further ado, then let the contest begin. Alizé kind of just took charge of the whole situation. I like how she was taken aback when they're like, wait, you're gonna hunt too? And she's like, yeah, of course, why not? Like, she's trying to like, So the bats nest under the eaves. It's important to know your enemy. I won't blink, not even once. Don't mind us, we'll be watching from a safe distance. So you have a bunch of options here. Now, on my first playthrough, I tried my best to follow her instructions, go near buildings, something like that. Or just anywhere where there was, like, overhangs. And I still failed to get enough to beat Alice. And her dialogue was like, oh, like, at first she celebrates and then she's like, well, but then she's like, in another life maybe, because, what's it called? Oh, there's three forms of dialogue. Anyway, yeah, she says, oh, you weren't even trying or something. She thinks you weren't trying. And then she's like, consigns herself to believe that and believe she didn't actually beat you because you weren't trying. Apparently there's dialogue if you actually collect exactly the same amount as her. I'll read these once we finish. But I want to see what happens if you actually do win this time, because I didn't win my first time, obviously. Wasn't using a guide. Okay, so I can get 9 things if I go to these 3 spots. The northernmost spot, 3721. Wait. This one? Yeah, 3721. I was looking at the bottom for some reason. And that's probably my location. And two most southernmost spots, which is these two. That one and this one. Okay. Should be right. 33, 36, or 35, whatever. Yeah. And then 25, 35. The coordinates is what I'm reading right there. Okay, sounds good. Let's see what happens. I haven't read the other ones here yet. There's three outcomes, basically. The one I already saw in my blind playthrough, about, well, just under 2 years ago. Which is where I lost, because I tried my best to follow the instructions, but you only get one chance. And I didn't pick the right spots, unfortunately. See, this is apparently one of the right spots. I don't see an eave. Like, I thought an eave was like an overhang, but there's none here. It's close to a building, which he hinted at, sure, but there's nothing for them to hang on upside down on, so my brain was like, no, this is probably not a good spot. Whatever. It's a little bit harder than the game doesn't hold your hand that much, like it does with with that little competition with, Hien back in Stormblood. That Gasetsu judges, where you lure the monsters out or whatever. Back in the Azim step. Filled with an alchemical mixture that gives off a balmy heat, this pouch provides a portable source of warmth, and is incidentally ideal for luring vampire bats. Here we go. You're under attack! No shit. God, the summoning time takes so long for Frey. By the time we got out, we were done. Esteem, you're slow as shit. Okay. So this one should be right there. There it is. This part makes sense. The trees. But also, not just the trees. I think, there it is. See, that's there. There's an Eve right there. There's an overhang. That other spot didn't have any. How come 3 spawned there? It's like, fuck? Full? That's 6. You need to collect more than 7. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be these exact spots, but it's your best chances of victory. You can either win by having more than 7, lose by having less than 7, or break even. You can have exactly 7, which is what Ali's able to catch. Or harvest, I guess. This was another spot that I was kind of like... I guess there's this mini Eve right here. Still pretty vague though. I guess compared to all the other spots, probably still better though. Thought that one would cool down already, and I was wrong. Thank you, Steam. That's it. 9. Whew. So yeah, I'll read out the other outcomes listed here on the guide, depending on, or once I turn this in. The bats didn't stand a chance. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you. Read. Well fought, Leon. The children were hanging on every move. As was I, to be honest. Though I know the tally, may I see your fangs for good measure? Here you go. 9 fangs. Apologies for the wait. It's like she's desperate to try and prove herself to these kids. Like she wants to show them that I'm not the only one who's like a badass or something. I don't know what's up with Alize. She's like really hyped over all this. Maybe she's just really wanted to compete against me with for something, I don't know. Again, from the admiration. Remember, she is starstruck around the Warrior of Light, just like Grahatia. My fangs. Not a bad haul, even if I do say so myself. Her and Grahatia basically both admire the hell out of Leon. They fucking simp for him. They're like, he's awesome! They're like, oh, that's the word. They're like basically fanboys or fangirls. They try to hide it, but 5, 6, 7 fangs from Alize. Which means that victory goes to Leon, who collected 9. Yep. Bah! Seems you found the better spots for the Leers. Barely. It wasn't obvious. I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, but you're still within reach. I'll get the better of you next time. I'm looking forward to it. So, children, you've now seen the Warrior of Darkness in action. What are your impressions? He's incredible, miss. The bats were down before they knew it. Our guards are strong, but the Warrior of Darkness is much, much stronger. We want to be just like him. Good. If you're looking for an example to emulate, you may as well pick the best. I want you to remember how you felt when you watched Leon, and train hard. Keep at it for long enough and you'll be strong too. Yeah, there you go. If you don't mind telling us, when did you decide that you wanted to become Warriors of Light? Reen asking the real questions. Well, we were there listening with everyone when Ardbert appeared, but I wanted to be strong since before I came to the Crystarium. The Sin Eaters killed my father and my sister, see, and I promised myself I'd learn how to protect people one day. Like Ardbert said, this is our home. We're the ones who have to protect it. We're the ones who have to rise up as new Warriors of Light. What about you, Arkle? Excuse me. But me? To be honest, I'm still not sure what I want to do. Or what I want to do. But if my friends were in trouble, I know that I would want to help them. And I want to go on adventures with them. See the world together. That's a wonderful goal. You really think so? It's hard to explain, but it's something I felt when I saw the star shower the other day. I felt as though there was something I'd lost and that I had to go out there and find it. Well, for the both of you, there's nothing for it but to train. When we return to the city, I'll teach you some exercises you can do by yourselves. Thanks for showing us your fighting skills, Warrior of Darkness. We'll never forget it. There she goes. I understand how Arkle feels. The star shower didn't awaken me to Heidelin's voice. But that vision of the final days of Amaranth burning, it filled me with sadness to the very pit of my being. Things I once knew, people I once loved, promises I once made. It felt as though long-forgotten memories were dancing at the edges of my mind. But when I try to focus on them, they simply fade away. An effect of having a fractured soul, I shouldn't doubt. But lest you worry, I'm perfectly happy to remain fractured and have no intention of donning an Asian mask. I was gonna say, starting to sympathize enough to take up the cause? No. So it would be nice to find a way to be whole again, but not at the cost of a bunch of people's lives. I just wish we knew what Elidibus was plotting. Ha! But look at this pair of incurable brooders. If we're gonna stand around lost in thought, we may as well do it back in the city. Rest assured, Reen and I will take the children from here. Their heads will be in the clouds after meeting you, but we'll see to it their feet remain firmly planted on the ground. My ears! How was that? Alright? It's nothing. Just a dizzy spell. Seems I tried a little too hard to beat you. I'm fine now, not to worry. I'll see you soon. This reminds me of something. As you ponder Alize's words, you are taken by an urge to revisit the scene of that fateful meeting. Alright, so before I go in, what could have happened? So if you have exactly 7, Reen says, okay, Alize has 7, and then, which means that, where is it? Yeah, she says 5, 6, 7, 7 fangs from Alize. And if you have exactly 7 also, she says, which means that we have a draw. Leon also collected 7 fangs. And then Alize responds, why does this feel even worse than losing? Just another measly fang and victory would have been mine. Don't look so surprised. I have no intention of remaining lost in your wake forever, you know. So that's what it was. Alize wanted to prove to herself she could be better than you, or at least as good as you, I guess. Now if you have less than her, then she celebrates. She goes, ha! I did it! I bested Leon! ... And then another 3 dots. In another god's damn life. You didn't even try, did you? And there I was taking it seriously. Spare me your pity next time, will you? And then she turns to the kids and says, so, children, you've now seen the Warrior of Darkness in action. What are your impressions? And then, yeah, the rest of the dialogue is the same. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So there you go. Those are the other outcomes. So when I lost and she said I wasn't even trying, I felt like shit because I was like, I was trying to win and I still didn't. At least I'm pretty sure I did. I'll have to look back at my video, but I'm pretty sure I did not get enough things to win. I spent quite a bit of time checking all the spots, trying to think which ones would be the best, and I'm sure I came up short. I don't know if I tied with her though. I really gotta go watch my old video. It's a cool sword. Almost looks like a red mage rapier, but it's actually a Dark Knight sword. Well, for once I actually have free time to myself. And for some reason Leon's feeling nostalgic. He wants to take a trip back to where we had one of our last talks with Ardbert before we went off to go face them itself. Here it is. Oh, never seen that before. Did it not detect that it was plugged in? Uh-oh. There it is again. Just like with Emmett Selk.
Why am I... Was it you who called me here?
I was about to say I could ask you the same thing. I got a sudden inexplicable urge to come here. Seems like you did too. Okay. When we were down in, you know, what was it? Anamnesis a night or whatever it was? I didn't know if the characters were gonna be voicing, like, in between watching these guys talk, so that's why I didn't say any of those lines out loud at first, but it was a mistake. I should have just, you know, taken off auto-scroll during that scene. Because we can't understand what the hell they're saying, so... On behalf of the convocation, I bid you welcome to our order. This is a first-person perspective. At times you will stand with us. At times you will stand against us. All that you might steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. For yours is the seat of Elidibus, the emissary, and by this name shall your every action be guided. You notice the convocation have red masks instead of gray ones like everyone else that we met. Or white ones, I guess. That was one of Elidibus's memories?
So you peered into my memories. No matter. You will have found little of import. But I see you intended to summon me here no more than I intended to come. The fault is mine. Such is the burden of hope.
I really want to ask this, but my gut instinct is to just yell this, you know? Fuck it, I'm going with it. Get back Ardbert's body, you prick.
What fool would relinquish his weapon on the eve of battle? That which I do is no different from that which you have done so many times, Warrior of Darkness. I arm myself, I hone my skills, I make ready to vanquish my enemy. You. You who have murdered my brothers, who have taken their selfless labors in service to the one true world and turned them to ash. I see you for what you are. You are death, and only in death shall you serve any purpose. The convocation charged me to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. As Elidibus, it is my duty, and I shall see it done. I will strike you down. Destroy you, body and soul. All else must wait. Ere long I will come for you, Warrior of Darkness. And I will save the world. One last matter. I bore witness to your final struggle with Emmett Selk. It seemed as if he saw something familiar in you. As if he mistook you for another.
You mean like you almost did this now too? This, yes. Hythlodius called me his new old friend. Did that ring any bells?
No. I recall not of whom he spoke. Mayhap I never knew you. Or mayhap it is another fragment lost.
Ah, I wasn't aware you already had a guest. If the conversation is constructive, I shall not intrude. But if you seek to stir up trouble, Elidibus, then I must insist you leave at once.
Though you lack her blessing, your soul is surprisingly dense.
What's up with Grahatia's arm, though? That was like a prison shank. Like a drive-by prison shank. That was fucked up.
Worry not. I seem to be unharmed.
Leon just saw it right now.
This is my own doing. The consequence of my recent exertions. It is the tower's way of compensating me for the demands I have placed on it. Rest assured, it is no great inconvenience at present. Indeed, I told Beck Lug as much, but they would not be persuaded and sent me away to rest. No need to make a fuss. Strange as it may sound, I consider it something of a badge of honor. One of the brave souls who saw me delivered unto the first once said that the world shall ever have a place for tales of heroism so long as we have need of inspiration in our lives. Though he and his fellows had no way of knowing whether their mad scheme would amount to anything, they knew that the attempt alone would inspire hope. Or so they hoped. A more optimistic lot one would be hard-pressed to find. They said they would find a means to save our God's forsaken world, just as soon as they had sent me on my way. Said it with such confidence that, for a fleeting moment, I half believed them. Such faith, such courage in the face of unrelenting despair. For a long time, it was more than I could bear to remember them. But having come this far, having sent full many on their way myself, I see things more clearly. To take action is to hope. To believe, to choose to believe, is to take the first step towards a brighter future. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to indulge me in a little recklessness. Needless to say, I have a plan. And when all is said and done, I will ask yet another favor of you.
You're both here. Oh, thank goodness.
What's wrong?
It's Thancred. He's collapsed.
What?
That's perfectly timed with Leon's facial expression. Dude. Oh yeah. You guys know if I hear them say the word exertion, I have to do this. Not every time, but we have heard it more times than I thought we would, I gotta say. I don't remember hearing that word so many times in the dialogue before. I'm so glad I found both you and the Exarch. The fates seem determined not to allow us a quiet moment. But come, let us have the details from Reem. Right. Ooh, a honey croissant. That looks and sounds delicious. The rest of our conversation must wait. Let us hear the situation from Reem. Fraying threads. It happened after Alize and I saw the children back to Spagrix. We chanced to meet Thancred there, returning from his mission. He'd been shadowing Elidibus around the realm, only to lose sight of him near the Crystarium. And he was in the middle of telling us where he'd been when he just crumpled to the ground. The Kyrugians are looking after him now, with Alfino standing by, just in case his healing magics are needed. Since I couldn't do anything to help, I thought it best to find you, and the guard at the Excedra told me where to look. He must have seen me come up here. Or he probably saw Grahatia. I see. It cannot have been easy leaving Thancred's side. My thanks for bearing word to us. Come, let us hurry to Spagrix. You can avoid fall damage there as a Reaper, by the way. If you use the warp skill before jumping off, you travel along the ground like most other movement skills, so it'll just magnetize you instantly towards the ground with no fall damage. I did it a while back. That would have been a perfect time to demonstrate it again, but... well... this is the last opportunity. Actually, there's somewhere else I can do it. What works a lot easier, I think. But that'll be for later. Fuck it, it's not that important. Not one niche spot. Like, who gives a shit? But yeah, I did it off stream a while back. Alright, me. Alize, what's wrong? We found you then. We had to send the children off earlier than planned, but they understood. Alfino? I fear this bodes ill, and not just for Thancred. Ladies? It appears our friend has already awakened. For that, at least, we can be thankful. Reem? Thancred! Shouldn't you be resting? Yeah, he was just changing outfits and job classes. Still is. They dragged you here too, did they? My apologies. How do you feel? Embarrassed. But otherwise well enough. I won't be staying overnight. This episode was not the result of any injury I could find. Thancred's ether, however, did show signs of instability, and I did what I could to calm the fluctuations. And all of this happened without warning? Not exactly. You will doubtless recall the time Urianger nearly drowned and I gallantly went to his rescue? When his water-walking charm failed, he was tired, as were you when you got back. We were both spent, yes, on account of which you begged us to rest, which in retrospect may have been a good idea. The fact is, I've been experiencing regular bouts of lightheadedness ever since. There was no actual fainting until now. Alize, this just happened to you a little while ago. As Alfino observed, I have no lingering injuries, and it most assuredly isn't old age, which leaves but one likely cause. The link between body and soul has weakened further. Time grows short. We must complete the spirit vessel with all haste. To that end, Leon, might I trouble you to make a trip to the source? In addition to looking in on our friends' bodies, I would have you consult Prial about our plan. If she has any concerns, we should at least endeavor to address them prior to proceeding. Okay. In the meantime, we should get back to laying bare Elidibus's plot. Thus far, I have learned this much. That in each of the places he has visited, there have been sightings of suspicious black-clad strangers. Moreover, the coming of these shady individuals has invariably coincided with some manner of misfortune. Beasts terrorizing settlements, blight ravaging crops, you know, the sort of thing. All of which serves, rather conveniently, to make Elidibus's call for new heroes reverberate that much more loudly in the hearts of his audience. And you think these black-clad strangers are Asians? I do. And I fully intend to investigate further, though for that I shall require additional feet on the ground. You can count on mine. Gods know I've been itching to get out there for a while. Mayhap Urianger too can be prevailed upon to join in your efforts. He has already provided copious guidance on the matter of the spirit vessel's construction. It is for Becklug and I to wrestle with the rest. Well, if you can spare the old boy, we may as well make the use of him. I'll go and give him the good news. You'll do no such thing. However heedless you are of your own well-being, if you care at all for Reen's feelings, you'll stay in bed until you're needed. Alfino and I will find Urianger. Crack that whip, Alize. Reen's like, that's right. All being well, we will have news to share by the time you return. Safe travels, Leon. Lest you misunderstand, I'm not averse to putting my feet up. It's being coddled like a brittle-boned what? Nonagenarian? That chafes? Oh, non-agenarian. Being coddled like a brittle-boned non-agenarian that chafes. Oh my god, the two Shivas are looking at each other, look. They're interacting. They just released this as a mount, by the way, today. You can have a giant one of these to ride on. It's account-wide too, which is nice, but still. I know you cross the rift all the time, but please take care. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Alright. Ladies. Milady. I like using the portal when I can. I could have done this from way back there, but... fuck it. Nothing much has changed here. Totaro? Leon! What excellent, awful timing! What's wrong? You see, our friends, they've taken a turn for the worse. Oh shit, they're starting to see the symptoms here too. Kryle's hardly had a moment's rest these past few days. Is she in there right now? She didn't want everyone to worry, so we've been keeping it quiet. Oh, but listen to me. I call myself a receptionist and I haven't even bothered to ask you why you're here. So they think the spirit vessel will be ready soon? And they want to make sure there are no problems at this end. You'd better talk to Kryle. She's with the others in Dawn's Respite. Let's go and see her. Just prepare yourself, alright? Excuse me. Right. Dawn's Respite is through that door. Lead the way when you're ready. Alright. I don't think they've changed what they say. Nope. Still the same. I like the name of this room. Dawn's Respite. What are those? Ellen's shoes.
Excuse us.
Oh shit.
This way.
I would rather you hadn't seen this.
I'm sorry. We have urgent tidings.
Oh, no, I'm not angry with you. On the contrary. I know full well how hard everyone has been searching for a way to return home. And I had hoped to afford you the time you needed. But given our friend's present state, perhaps it was for the best that you came. Stiff and cold, all of them. As if they were made of wax. Barely alive at all. And they had been doing so well. Save for occasional signs of etheric instability, they appeared to be in passable health. Then, quite without warning, things took a turn for the worse. A change for which even Master Matoya could offer no explanation. She could only remind me that the soul is yet an unknown frontier, and that much and more lies beyond our ken. But let's not lose heart just yet. At times like these, it is all the more important that we remain positive. Why? I but this moment succeeded in quelling a fluctuation in Thancred's ether. And while the others have weakened, they have remained relatively stable. I believe I may leave my post for a moment. So come, let me hear your tale outside.
Super fucking dark. It is sad to see them like that. As you probably noticed, we put them in night clothes. I know they're not exactly asleep, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Yeah, otherwise they might wake up cramped as hell. Or just, you know, feeling hella funny if they were asleep in, like, what I'm wearing or something. I've made them some new clothes for when they wake up, so they have to come back. And they will. Yeah, don't worry. I'll be back. I'll bring him back, I'll find a way. What news from the first? Well, Tancred almost collapsed. Or he did. I see. Work on the spirit vessel proceeds apace, but our friends begin to falter. As they themselves have observed, the link between body and soul has weakened. It's as simple as that. For now, I'm still able to quell the fluctuations in their ether, but it's only a matter of time. We'll lose them if we don't act soon. So if the Exarch is ready to attempt something, let him attempt it. As for the spirit vessel itself, if we seek to draw upon a Luggan wisdom, we could do worse than consult an expert in the field. And I think I know just the man. Time being against us, it may be best if I go and solicit his aid in person, even if it does mean leaving my patients. Well, be about it then. You've come a long way, so do take your ease while you can. Food for the soul. Chicken soup? Leon? Could you spare a moment? While Kryla goes and finds this expert of hers, I mean. There's a gift I was hoping to send to our friends in the first, you see. And since we might be waiting a while, I wondered if you wouldn't mind giving me a hand with it. My first attempt turned out well, so now I'm gonna make it properly. I'll be in the kitchen at the House of Splendors. Meet me there. Oh, I had better be off too. I shall see you soon, either here or at the house, depending on how our patients fare in my absence. Fair enough. So, I forgot to check something. Was it this video? I think it was. Yeah, it was this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was weird. The game doesn't tell you anything about what unlocks the next set of, the next raid tier. Thought that was funny. Okay, that's all. That's the only reason I saved that whole thing. I swear I remember it telling me, like, you have to complete, you know, Reflections in Crystal or whatever. The last quest for 5.3. Which you do, but the game doesn't tell you that for some reason. Alright, Tatara, what's... Oh my god, she looks like a little chef. What's going on? There you are, Leon. As I'm sure you've guessed, the gift is a bit of home cooking. Unlike Kryl, I can't do much to help our friends directly, but that doesn't mean I've been idle. No, I've been doing my best for the Order, taking on this job and that to keep our coffers full. I've even helped out with the Asgardian restoration. And in the course of all this, my culinary skills have come on quite a bit. Oh yeah, so they added the Asgardian restoration, I think, with 5.3? With this patch, I think? If not, it was sometime after Shadowbringers, basically. And in the course of all this, my culinary skills have come on quite a bit. So I thought, why not make something for our friends? It's baking in the oven even as we speak. Shouldn't be long now. Culinary, huh? ASMR sounds. What's going on? There! Baked to perfection, even if I do say so myself. Ooh. Toast. Neat. It's bread. I could say this. Your cake looks like bread. It is bread, silly! And not just any old bread. This here is old world bread. Archon loaf, to be precise. It's what they eat over in Charlian. Really. Simple fare, I admit, but I thought it would remind our friends of home. If nothing else, Kryle tells me it's a good source of ether. So it should lend them a bit of strength at least. There truly is nothing like the smell of bread fresh from the oven. Kryle! And if it isn't Rambros, too! Oh shit! Leader of Noah. I trust you require no introductions either, Leon. Of course not. Greetings, my friend. Full glad am I to see you well. I confess, I have a long list of questions to ask you, but I will endeavor to contain my curiosity for the present. I understand our mutual friend is struggling with the application of certain login technologies. I have been keeping Rambros apprised of events in the First. Suffice it to say, he knows about the Exarch. If anyone alive can provide insight into this matter, it is him and his fellow sons. Loath as I am to disappoint you after so glowing an endorsement. Memory transference was the sole province of a login royalty, its mechanisms closely guarded secrets. If any record of them remains, we have yet to find it. To wit, I regret that I can offer no solution to your problem. Which begs the question of why I bothered to come here, empty-handed as I am. The answer being, rather brazenly, to ask a favor. I would have you relay a message to our comrade. Oh, okay, what do you need? Tell him that we never doubted him. Never doubted that he would achieve all that he said he would. Yeah. Those of us who remain behind have yet to play our part. But when the time comes, he may rest easy in the knowledge that we will most assuredly do so. And then the tower shall shine once more as a beacon of hope in this world and beyond. So tell him that we consider his duty done, and that he should follow his heart now. Forgive me, but do you say this to discourage him from overexerting himself? Or to encourage him to hold nothing back? That is for a friend to decide, but either way, I dare say a certain someone will be unimpressed. Well, there you have it, Leon. If you would be so good as to see Rambros' message and Pizarro's bread to their intended recipients, along with my report, of course. Sure. Kryle? Before I wrap the bread up, would you mind giving it a try? Just to make sure everything's as it should be? But of course! I'm always happy to lend my taste buds. Excuse me, Rambros. As a fellow Charlian, may I trouble you for your opinion? Well, I usually have mine with a good dollop of Roland Berry jam, but I suppose plain is best for sampling purposes. They're all from Charlian, so... I still haven't even been there. I've never visited where they come from. I see. Oh no. Is it that bad? It is indeed, Tataru. Dense and unpleasant. Exactly as it should be. What? Just so. The very taste of home. As you might expect, our countrymen have amassed a wealth of culinary wisdom from every corner of the world. But our native cuisine is, shall we say, a little lacking. In Charlian, the majority regard food as a source of nourishment rather than enjoyment. Save for those few who actually research the culinary arts, we pay little heed to the niceties of taste and texture. It was against such a gastronomic landscape that what is now called the Archon loaf was born, the creation of an Archon who devoted himself to the study of bodily sustenance. In order to maximize its nutritional value, he incorporated copious quantities of pulverized fish and vegetable matter into the dough. There you go, so get plenty of collagen, basically. collagen and micronutrients from vegetables. All with nary a care for those qualities which make bread enjoyable. The result is a flavor that continues to defy description. Yet for its many shortcomings, the loaf's nutritional value cannot be denied. And being a damnably convenient way to cater to one's bodily needs, it quickly found an audience amongst busy scholars. Why, when I was a lad, nigh every meal was a sandwich made with this very bread and whatever ingredients happened to be on hand. When you're too busy to stop to eat, I kind of get that actually. Sometimes I do like to get my meals out of the way and just go on about my day. I suspect just about every Archon could say the same. Having been away from home for so long, I thought I might have forgotten the taste. But no, it is all too familiar. Ah, now it takes me back. If there is enough, perhaps you can spare some for the exile. He is certain to appreciate it. Oh, there's plenty to go around. I'll be sure to wrap up an extra slice. Leon, when you deliver the loaf, please be sure to send everyone my regards. Tell them we're doing everything we can and that we'll be praying for their safe return until the moment they get back. Okay. You can count on me. Well, it sounds like it'll do them good anyway. And when everything's back to normal, I'll cook something for you too, Leon. Gods know you deserve a treat. Oh, thank you. Also, holy shit, look! Hey, it's Alpha! And his little Omega. I think they were... I might have glimpsed them when I first came in here, but the thing is... I was so focused on Tataru, I think I just didn't even think twice about it. Also, the thing is, I have actually seen them here before. I guess I got lucky. Because like I said, after the Omega raids ended, Alpha and Omega here, they spawn in different locations around the world. I think during, look, he's happy to see us, see? I think they change location every day. And one of their cycles, I guess, is right here. One of the locations they cycle through. It's cute when you find them. Because, yeah, he smiles at you. Like he did twice just now. He's like, hey, what's up? I guess he's learning how to, or just observing this guy cooking. Pretty cute. It's a very cute Easter egg. I know one other location he spawns in, but it's rarely frequented. So, I've never seen him there because of that. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Nah, that's enough dicking around. I was about to go the long way again, but no. Like when I snuck up behind the Exarch and was like...
Surprise, motherfucker!
Hold on, there's a faster way. Damn it, not you! Or Hrothgar in the chicken outfit. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Yep, like always, buddy. Let me in. Back luck? Ah, you are returned. Good, good. There is much to discuss. The others are making their way hither as we speak. Good to hear, good to hear. Welcome back, my friend. How was your journey? Well, I brought this with me. Rambro said you might like it, and he also had a bunch of other shit he wanted me to pass on to you. Created by an Archon who devoted himself to the study of sustenance, this bread infused with pulverized fish and vegetables is extremely nutritious. Assuming one can get past the taste. Who says you won't get constipated like a motherfucker if you're constantly eating this stuff? By the 12? Archon loaf? However did you come by this? I swear it had come straight from Charlian. Well, it kinda did and kinda didn't. Rambrose said that, did he? His words are very nearly as heavy as the bread, but I appreciate the sentiment. Did you have the chance, you may tell him that he needn't worry. That which I seek to do, I do of my own volition and with all my heart. In pursuing this path, I fully expect to earn the censure of our friends, and to deserve it, but I shall forge on regardless. Forge on as you yourself did when faced with a similar predicament, so I ask that you have faith in me, in what we do. But we were talking about your journey. Before the others arrive, I would hear how their bodies fare. Oh, and the bread I shall save for later. Though it has been many years, I have not forgotten the feats of mastication required to consume it, nor how unconducive they are to conversation. So it's tough to chew, huh? It's getting dark.
Forgive the delay.
We have visited every region and confirmed the presence of Ascians throughout the realm.
Lest a grave predicament be made to seem hopeless, it should be noted that they are of inferior rank. The black masked minions who answer to the red.
Yes, a gaggle of schemers attempting to exploit recent events to sow the seeds of petty conflict. Fortunately, nothing of any great concern has come of their meddling just yet.
We also encountered a number of the Crystarium's former defenders, busily solving this problem and that in a bid to become warriors of light.
Their zeal is to be applauded. It is but a pity I cannot encourage them on their cause.
Not knowing Elizabeth set them upon it, no. Both the troubles to be solved and the villains to be vanquished are his doing too, like as not. And so, with apologies to the aspiring warriors of light, I believe it best that we deal with the Ascians quickly and quietly.
I quite agree.
But tell us, what news from the source? How fare our bodies?
Well enough, though time is not on our side. Let's not sound too grim.
Indeed. Heartening though it is to know we can stay a while longer, returning home must remain our priority.
This seems an appropriate moment to ask about the spirit vessel. Have you made any progress?
We have, as it happens. One moment.
The red stones. Then this doth mean...
For the benefit of all, permit us to explain. As you will recall, using white auracite as our starting point, we fashioned a vessel for mind and memory both. Yet, though it served this purpose admirably, the process of imbuing it with one's complete essence proved a somewhat thornier proposition. Simply put, the memory would not accompany the mind. And so, we looked to the Allegan's mastery of memory transference for a solution.
This approach was not without its own complications, however, relying as it does upon blood, which inanimate objects notably do not possess. We duly explored methods of suffusing the vessel with drops of the aforementioned. Alas, our painstaking experimentation succeeded only in making me feel faint. and singularly failed to imbue the crystal with the necessary properties.
So he actually made himself bleed.
It was then
Shit.
that an idea occurred to me, namely that we might fuse the vessel not with normal blood, but with my crystallized essence.
You're doing this for our sakes. So far be it from us to complain. But don't think we haven't noticed what's happening to your arm.
Literally dying for them.
It falls well short of offering up my life in exchange for yours, which was your only stipulated prohibition, as I recall. And it is but a small price to pay for delivering you home.
Assuming it works. We shall soon know if this grisly addition will serve as a suitable conduit for the subject's memory. Though not soon enough to warrant your waiting. The test is like to take a while.
Let us be off then. We have Ascians to attend to, among other things.
Forgive me, but I count 6 vessels, and there are only 5 of us.
One is for testing purposes. I will personally use it to see whether the crystal functions as it should.
And if it does, wouldn't that mean that your soul could also return to the source?
Yes. In theory, at least. But there is a distinct difference between your circumstances and mine. While your corporeal forms want for souls, my past self does not. Mayhap our essences would blend, or mayhap they would curdle. There is no telling what might occur.
And you'd be willing to take that risk?
I would.
I see.
Right as he stormed off like that, I saw the definition of curdle. That's why I got a shocked look on my face. It's like, dude, he might die. And I mean, not just him here, but his past self too might fall apart. Says curdle is separate or cause to separate into curds or lumps. Yeah, that'll kill them both. This version of himself and his past self, still stuck in the crystal tower back in the source. That's why I went, oh shit. I'm guessing that's why Alize stormed off too. Doesn't like the idea that he might sacrifice his life, after all, just to save all of them. I'm sorry. I know it was childish to storm off like that, and probably to feel the way I do as well. Pull yourself together, Alize. When our grandfather first decided to journey to Eorzea, Alize did not take kindly to my silence on the subject. Don't pretend to understand things you don't, she said. Or rather, shouted. Having oft been the object of her scorn, I am predisposed to sympathize with the Exarch, but I do understand how she feels. Better now than ever I did, certainly. It's stupid, but I never really stopped to think about what would happen once the vessels were complete. And now? No, there's no point. I hope the test is a success, truly. I, for one, support the Exarch's choice. To be alive is to be driven by a purpose, and few are as driven as him. That's very true, Thancred. I like that. If you're not driven by purpose, you just exist, essentially. Not really alive, as they would say. Not really living. Hast thou a moment, Leon? I would speak with thee on the matter of the Exarch's mooted return unto the source. Thou wilt have observed that our friends spake not in certainties. Yet if Backlug hath the right of it, 'tis possible to predict the outcome of his plan with some confidence. And it is their assessment that, given the opportunity, the Exarch's soul should successfully merge with that of his younger self. Which is not to say the process is without complications. For one, the Exarch hath been subjected to an additional rejoining, an experience which will have wrought a change in his ethereal composition. As thou thyself didst demonstrate in merging with Ardbert, however, there existeth an affinity twixt like souls, and this doth give us cause to hope. That's true, yeah. So it's more likely that they'll blend and not curdle. I mean, if that same risk existed between me and Ardbert, holy shit, but luckily that didn't happen. Yet there remaineth one immutable condition upon which success doth hinge. The Exarch must needs recognize his past self as simply that, himself. As our recent travails have demonstrated, memories are essential to the soul. Any discrepancy in the former may feasibly cause the latter to spurn its former flesh. 'Tis a seemingly simple yet complex problem. For nigh on a century our friend hath striven only to deliver this realm, to deliver thee. And to that singular end did he cast aside his very name, that he might assume the mantle of the Crystal Exarch. Henceforth none can say what choices our friend will make, but I thought it only right that thou be made aware of these truths. Well, thanks, Urianger. Good talk. Thank you for telling me about the potential risks here and everything. And with that, I'm gonna take my break, because it's been 2 hours now. Patch 5.3 is long. What's the next quest? Faded Memories. How far are we? Because yeah, we're 2 hours in. Well, I guess from this point on, most patch MSQ is like 4 hours apiece. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We barely finished 4 quests. Yeah, this is gonna take the rest of the evening for sure, because we're not even halfway done with patch 5.3. Anyway, BRB. 5-10 minutes as usual.
What? Emotional damage.